There's a quiet truth about aging that so few people talk about, but every woman feels in her bones. The rituals that once felt right, those daily habits around personal care and hygiene, can start to work against us as our bodies change. Perhaps you've noticed the subtle sting after using a new scented wipe, or the dryness that lingers long after a shower. Maybe it's a growing sense of discomfort you can't quite explain. A feeling that something as simple as staying fresh and clean has become unexpectedly complicated. If you've ever stood in the drugstore aisle, overwhelmed by all those pink-labeled products promising confidence and purity, you're not alone. The truth is, so many of these so-called feminine products are not only unnecessary after 60, they can quietly chip away at your intimate health, leaving you vulnerable to irritation, infection, and a loss of the natural harmony your body truly needs. But I want you to know there's a gentler way forward, a way that honors both your body's wisdom and your own hard-earned intuition. Hello, lovely friends. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and I'm here to help you navigate these changes with clarity and compassion. My hope is that this space becomes your trusted corner of the internet, a place where we talk openly about women's health and where every question is welcome. If you find these conversations helpful, I'd love for you to join this community by subscribing to the channel. And please share with me in the comments, where are you watching from? I'm always so inspired to see the strength and spirit of women from all over the world supporting one another. Let's talk about something that matters deeply, but often slips beneath the radar: the quiet harm that common hygiene products can do to our bodies as we age. When you're younger, your body's natural defenses are resilient, always bouncing back from the little assaults of daily life. But after 60, the skin, tissues, and delicate balance of your intimate area become more sensitive, more easily disrupted. This is the story of how to recognize the hidden troublemakers and how to gently reclaim your comfort and confidence. Let's start with a woman I'll call Helen. She's 68, lively and sharp, with a passion for gardening and a love of early morning walks. But Helen recently found herself in a frustrating cycle, an almost constant irritation, a feeling she just couldn't shake. She tried every new product she saw advertised: gentle wipes, bright pink bottles of intimate soap, even sprays promising all-day freshness. Instead of relief, her symptoms only worsened. She was embarrassed to talk about it, chalking it up to just getting older. But the truth was far simpler and far more common. Here's what was happening to Helen, and to so many women like her. Many popular feminine products, especially scented wipes, washes, and sprays, contain chemicals that upset the natural pH and healthy bacteria of the vagina and surrounding skin. Imagine your intimate area as a lush, well-tended garden. When it's healthy, the good bacteria act like friendly gardeners, keeping everything balanced, preventing weeds, like harmful bacteria and yeast, from taking over. But when you introduce harsh soaps, strong fragrances, or unnecessary chemicals, it's as if you're spraying weed killer across the whole patch. The good bacteria are wiped out, the soil becomes barren, and suddenly the weeds have free rein. As estrogen levels decline with age, the tissues of the vulva and vagina become thinner, drier, and more easily irritated. The body loses some of its natural moisture shield, and the healthy bacteria, your body's natural defenders, may become less robust. When you add strong cleansers or scented wipes to the mix, you're stripping away that last layer of defense, making it easier for infections, itching, and irritation to take root. This isn't just theory. It's backed by decades of women's health research. The vast majority of gynecological irritation in older women is not from poor hygiene, but from too much hygiene, using products the body never needed in the first place. So what's the solution? It's delightfully simple and often surprising. Plain lukewarm water and a soft washcloth are all your intimate skin truly needs. If you must use a cleanser, choose an unscented, hypoallergenic one, free of dyes, perfumes, or antibacterial agents. For most women, less really is more. This gentle approach not only soothes the skin and prevents further dryness, but allows your natural protective barrier, the microbiome, to restore itself. Let me share another story, this time about a woman named Carol. At 64, she had always prided herself on her routines. But when menopause arrived, she started to notice recurring yeast infections that nothing seemed to solve. Carol was surprised to learn from her doctor that the feminine sprays and deodorants she'd used faithfully for decades were actually the root of her troubles. Once she switched to water alone, her symptoms faded, her confidence returned, and she felt more in tune with her body than she had in years. Carol's journey is a gentle reminder that the wisdom we gain with age isn't about adding more, but often about letting go. It's also worth addressing a common myth, the idea that the vagina itself needs to be cleaned with douches or internal washes. Nothing could be further from the truth. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ, constantly balancing its own ecosystem. Douching can wash away not just odor, but the good bacteria that keep you healthy, setting the stage for infection and persistent discomfort. The medical consensus is clear. Internal cleansing is unnecessary and often harmful at any age, but especially after 60. Now let's talk about dryness, because it's a change that sneaks up on almost every woman post-menopause. The solution isn't in fancy gels or perfumed moisturizers, but in products specifically designed for sensitive, mature skin. If you need extra moisture, choose a simple, fragrance-free, water-based vaginal moisturizer, ideally one labeled as safe for daily use and free of parabens or unnecessary additives. Coconut oil or pure, medical-grade oils can also be soothing, but always check with your healthcare provider, especially if you're prone to allergies or sensitivities. And here's an empowering truth. As your body changes, so should your habits. The companies selling those brightly colored bottles may not know your story, but you do. You know how to listen to your body, how to trust the signals it sends. The greatest gift you can give yourself is not to chase after a fleeting sense of freshness, but to nurture the natural wisdom and harmony within. The women I work with are often amazed at how quickly symptoms fade when they let go of harsh products and embrace a simpler routine. Redness and itching ease, infections become less frequent, and perhaps most importantly, a sense of comfort and self-assurance returns. If you're watching this and thinking, but what about odor? Let me gently reassure you. A healthy vagina has a natural scent, and that's a sign of wellness, not a problem to be solved. Sudden or strong odors may be a sign of infection or imbalance, in which case, a visit to your healthcare provider is the wisest step. But for everyday life, trust that your body knows what it's doing. Avoid powders, deodorants, and scented pads or liners. Let your body breathe, and you'll be surprised at how much better you feel. Let me pause for a moment to say, you are not alone in this. Every week, I hear from women who feel embarrassed, frustrated, or simply confused by the changes that come with age. It's not your fault, and it's certainly not a sign that you're doing something wrong. Your body is asking for gentle care, not more products. It's a shift in mindset as much as routine, a move from fighting your body to listening to it. Here's a little encouragement. Take a moment today to look at the products you use out of habit. If you see words like scented, antibacterial, or feminine hygiene on the label, consider whether you truly need them. Trust the process of letting go, even if it feels strange at first. You'll discover, as so many have, that health and comfort are found in simplicity. And if you're ever in doubt, if something feels off, or you're struggling with persistent discomfort, please reach out to your healthcare provider. There's no shame in seeking answers, and the right support can make all the difference. As we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Your body has carried you through decades of life, with all its joys and challenges. It deserves kindness, not chemicals. You deserve routines that bring relief, not worry. Every day is an opportunity to honor your body's changing needs, to reclaim comfort, and to walk in confidence, no matter your age. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated, I hope you'll subscribe and share your story below. Where are you from? And what wisdom has your journey taught you? Together, we can build a community that lifts each other up with knowledge, empathy, and the courage to care for ourselves in new ways. You are strong, you are wise, and you are never alone on this path. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take gentle care of yourself and trust in your own beautiful resilience.